Gab Marcotti was given the task this week of picking the team of the weekend in the Premier League. Here it is in all its glory. Up front, Arnautovic and Kane. You can certainly give him that. Sterling with the goal as well. Hazard looked great. Sigurdsson did well for Everton. David Silva in midfield. But let's take a look at the defence, shall we? David Luiz and Maguire. Why was Luiz there ahead of Virgil van Dijk? Gab?
Because David Luiz made several critical saves at the back, because I thought they were very good.
They weren't in goal,
given the fact that Chelsea took the lead early on, most of the game from that point was Liverpool attacking, and he was under pressure more. And I couldn't. I'm not going to play three central defenders. Maguire has to be there. So sorry, Virgil, you lose out this time.
Do you concur, Steve?
I concur with you, Daniel. I would have had Virgil van Dijk. I probably would have had Virgil van Dijk and David Luiz. I would have moved Maguire on.
Where would you move him to?
Well, on the bench.
What do you mean? You can't put him on the bench. He was key part of Leicester's victory.
Why not?
Well, he scored.
Well, Virgil van Dijk was a key part of Liverpool getting a point.
But that's not the same as a victory, is it? And he didn't score.
Actually,
it's the biggest game of the week. Biggest game of the weekend.
Well, so we just put all Chelsea Liverpool players in then, shall we?
No.
Hey, Stevie, listen, I love Virgil van Dijk, not as much as you, but I love him a lot. But you can't say he was a key part of Liverpool's victory, because he had nothing to do with Daniel Sturridge's goal.
Well, Liverpool
absolutely nothing. So and Daniel Sturridge doesn't uncork that once-in-a-lifetime goal, then... Well, first of all, it wasn't a Liverpool victory to begin with. It was a draw, actually. Then Liverpool go and lose the game despite Van Dijk's tremendous defensive performance.
So you're going to, for that reason, if you want to play that game, so we're going to forget all about the chances Liverpool had in the game. And a couple of them were right where David Luiz...
The chances that David Luiz snuffed out.
Snuffed out? Oh,
yeah, because David Luiz was there to defend them.
So you've conveniently forgotten that Virgil van Dijk ran down... maybe, arguably, the guy who's the quickest with the ball at his feet in the Premier League in Villian, gave him 3 yards of a start and made an incredible tackle in his own penalty box to save a goal. You're just conveniently going to forget that. And I'm not saying David Luiz didn't play well. I'm just thinking Virgil van Dijk did not put a foot wrong all day.
Good for him that he did that. He's a fine player. But... if Daniel Sturridge doesn't make that once-in-a-lifetime shot, then Liverpool lose that game. And for all his hunting down of brilliant, he's on a losing effort.
If Eden Hazard, if his shot was off target, it wouldn't have been a goal. You want to start playing those games or not?
What's happened to your head and your accent?
But it wasn't.
Well, if Daniel Sturridge hadn't scored, then they would have lost 1-0.
Ali, who would you have?
Well, if Daniel Sturridge had scored and Eden Hazard didn't, Liverpool would have won 1-0. If that's the way you want it.
Maguire, Luiz, or Van Dijk?
Can I ask a question? You started this segment saying, questioning Gab on whether and why he didn't have Virgil van Dijk.
Yes.
And then Stevie came on and said, okay, yes, I agree with you. I want Virgil van Dijk on. Right?
Yeah.
And then you came back with, well, what are you going to do with Harry Maguire?
Yeah.
I never stated that I would have Van Dijk in my team. I just merely asked why.
No,
you set up the argument.
No, you didn't. You asked Gab with a bit of attitude.
No,
you asked with some
suggesting.
Did I say Gab? I think Van Dijk should be... No, I said, Gab, why did you choose Luiz over Van Dijk?
No, it felt like you were suggesting that Van Dijk should have been in.
That is not how you put it.
It's exactly how I put it, I'm afraid.
And in a minute and a half, you turned around and then said...
Have you got me?
Yes.
Not at all.
I think this all went off the rails because of you.
Just because you left Southampton, you haven't forgiven him.
Oh, yes, I'm very bitter about those things. Of course, to hear more from us, you can do so. You can download our daily podcast over on the website.